Hey guys, it's Kyle from Amon Auto, and today I am bringing you a 2021 GMC Sierra. This is the Elevation Edition. You can tell by that chrome elevation badge right there. And what the Elevation package gives you is it essentially is a blacked out trim for the truck. You get your black wheels. These are 20-inch wheels. I personally think they look very good on this vehicle with the multi-spoke design. I do like how the Elevation badge is chrome. It pops with the black of this particular truck really well. And these chrome steps, I think, also do a real excellent job. Those are optional, of course. Those do not come standard. But if you're getting this truck in all black, I think the chrome steps really help it contrast and pop. This truck does have the blacked out badge right here. It's the 5.3 liter V8. Makes about 353 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. Just to keep going around the vehicle, the front, as you can see with the Elevation package, everything's blacked out. There's no chrome on the front of this truck, with the exception of the fog lights and headlights inserts, of course. And some people love it, some people hate it. I'm in the camp, I love it. I'm not a big chrome guy. I like little tasteful splashes of it, but modern trucks, when the whole grille is chrome, is a little too much for me personally, so I think this is perfect. Down here, you do have functional recovery / tow hooks. You got two right there. Those are metal and heavy duty. Those aren't just there for show. And of course, you have full LED headlights and fog lights on this trim level with the signature C-shape LED. Moving around to the side of the truck, you guys can see that this is double cab, not the full crew cab configuration. That tends to be, these days, the less popular choice, but a lot of people like it because you get the slightly longer bed. This is a 6.5 foot bed versus just the standard 6 foot bed. Right down here below, you do got that single outlet exhaust. For the price of this truck, which I'll get to in a minute, I do wish that it came with a dual chrome tip, even sticking out the side. At least something chrome. I think that looks a little cheap, but I digress on that. You have the corner step bumper. GM actually patented this about 10 years ago now, and that's why no other competitor's done it. For this generation, 2018 and up, because this is the third year of this generation of truck, they made it about 40% bigger. So, I mean, you can see my shoe in there. There's plenty of more space. If you had a big steel toe work boot, it'd be more than enough space. And you can't talk about a GMC Sierra without this Swiss Army knife of tailgates. They call this the MultiPro tailgate. Chevy, for 2021, actually just got this tailgate. So it's no longer exclusive to GMC. But of course, everyone still thinks of GMC when they see it. So there's two buttons up here, and there's so many options you can do. The first one just does a little half fold like that, and they say this can be a workstation. You can put a laptop here if you're at the job site, or if you have a longer item, you could have it stick out so it's at a nice angle so it doesn't fall out of the bed. And of course, there's multiple more. When you go down, you got your normal tailgate, and right in here there's a button. It folds this up. What's cool about this is it automatically acts as a bed extender. A lot of people will pay $300-400 for a bed extender accessory for their truck, even more. And this is nice that it's built right in. So if you're one of those people that buy them anyway, this option almost pays for itself right there. And yes, there's even more. Press the button again, and this does another half drop down, which in this form just allows easier access. You can get real close if you had to reach in here and grab something. Lets you get a little closer to the bed. Or you can push this, and now you got a nice step. So it's really easy to get in. Right here on the side of the truck, there's a built-in grab handle. Just pops up. It's very sturdy, and shorter people like myself can very easily get into the bed. Talking about this bed, for 2018, they actually made this bed a lot bigger. Not in terms of length. The length is the same, but they went in really far. So cubic feet went significantly up. So if you're talking like loading up mulch or something, you can fit significantly more in here than a competitor, just because they push those walls so far out. You do get 3 tie downs per corner for a total of 12, which is quite a bit of tie downs. LED lighting right here, and some LED lights right there. This truck does stop short of offering a full inverter package like the new 2022 F-150. That truck actually has an inverter back here that could power something like a camper. So GMC has yet to offer anything like that. But this is a 3-year-old generation now, so I'm sure next generation will see something like that. All right, so just walking around all the way, I think it's a pretty good looking truck. Let's take a step inside, show you what the inside looks like. Stepping inside, This is almost a carbon copy of my 2021 Silverado I had. If you guys follow my channel, you will see that I had a Silverado, and it's almost a carbon copy. GMC does offer a couple flourishes because they do market themselves as professional. You do get these chrome button surroundings. If you go and look at my 2021 Silverado, these were just rubber. This is nice and chrome, so it does make a first impression of a little more premium just off that when you see a little more nice chrome on the interior switches. And including the steering wheel, you get this nice textured plastic. It is plastic. Denali gives you the metal, but it still looks nice. Nice flourish compared to the Chevy version. And even over here, you got your drive mode button in your headlights. You do have a sport mode in this truck, believe it or not. Off-road, normal, and sport. These are surrounded in chrome as well, which is nice. Couple quick buttons. You got your bed light. I just showed you guys that. You can actually illuminate the bed with that light, which is really nice. You got your auto. It'll just automatically, if traction gets lost, it'll send power to the front and rear wheels, whatever it feels necessary. 4 high and then 2 high. And then again, your off-road is right there. Or your terrain mode, I'm sorry. I do like another difference between the Silverado is these gauges. I think these look a lot more slick, personally. There's nothing wrong with the Silverado gauges, but these look very nice. I like the squared off in the white. This central screen is very nice. It's a little small this day and age. Even the Denali, it just fills this up here, digital. And I still think it's a little behind in terms of the competition. But again, this truck's been out for 3 years, so a refresh will hopefully update that. But that doesn't mean this isn't a nice screen. The screen is still very functional, very crisp and high resolution. And as you can see a lot of things here. You can look at your brake pad life, your fuel economy. This truck so far with 1,300 miles is average about 17.3. It's not bad, but not the worst. Going over here, this is the criticism you will see everywhere online. This big plastic. Compared to competitors such as a Ram or the new F-150 or even the old F-150, a lot of people have been knocking this interior. I will say that at the price point that this truck is, I think this interior is absolutely fine. It's functional. Everything's nice and easy to use. Everything's easy to reach. You got your switchgear down here. You got your outlets right here. I don't think there's anything wrong with this interior at this price point. I do think if you start stepping up to a Denali and you start getting into the $55,000, $65,000 price point, yes, this truck leaves a lot to be desired. But at the volume price point, which is what most trucks sell at, I think this interior is totally fine. And I believe that is why GMC continues to sell a lot of vehicles. When you compare a $65,000 truck to a $65,000 truck, I think GM comes out on the bottom. But that's not what most buyers are doing. Most buyers are buying this trim level, which then if I just sat at the auto show, $49,000 Ram, and I think this interior is just as good. So take that with what you want. There's some more premium touches in here. Full LED lighting throughout the cabin, which is nice. Lots of storage. You would expect nothing less than a truck. You get dual glove boxes. This is damped, not lined with felt though, but it's very nice. The interior, you do have we went with the front bench seat, which a lot of truck guys prefer because why pay for less seating? You do lose a little more center console space. This isn't as deep as some if you had a center console, but otherwise it's very nice. Nice place to store your phone right here. On some higher trims, this is actually a wireless charger. But right here, you still keep your phone. You got your heated seats. Your heated steering wheel, I like, is right here. Some automakers hide that button. They put it in the infotainment or they put it up in here somewhere. I like it right on the steering wheel. Leather feels good on the truck. More of that premium vibe. And let me take a seat in the back seat and show you guys about the room on the double cab. So this is the double cab, not the crew cab. So it is a little smaller back here, but still very functional interior. This whole back seat can lift up for storage. You can see my dad keeps his toe straps down here. And there's plenty of space otherwise for making this just a giant cargo area if you wanted. The doors, again, they look nice. Some stitching right there. And this fake wood, I'm not sure how I feel about it. It does class up the cabin, and this door would otherwise be very dull. So I am glad that they at least did something and put in a little effort. I think it's a good touch overall. Stepping back here, now I'm 5'7" and was just sitting behind myself. And you can see my knees are just starting to touch. Being a double cab, this isn't, if you got a bunch of 6-foot friends and you always go on road trips, this is not the cab configuration for you. Now, if you have kids and you do occasional jaunts around town with your buddies, this is more than adequate space. I'm still very comfortable. There's nothing wrong with these seats. I'm sitting in a very upright position and comfortable. So you do got backseat amenities, which is nice. Got 2 USB ports, you got your power outlets, and you got a cigarette style outlet. 2 map pockets. And yeah, and again, more even in the back, you still have that LED lighting, which is a nice touch. All right, let's take a step outside and I'll tell you guys my final thoughts on this truck. Now, this truck was introduced in 2018, so this is the 3rd generation. It actually was supposed to be refreshed in 2021, but because of the chip shortage and the ongoing coronavirus production challenges, that got delayed to mid 2022. So this truck here is not actually going to be refreshed for about another year. So the question remains, do you guys wait for the new one or do you guys get this one? And I gotta say, if you need a truck, I say just get this one right away. This truck is very nice, and the only thing they're really gonna update for the mid-cycle refresh is the interior, mostly. They're gonna touch up on that interior, probably give you a bigger screen. But if that stuff isn't that important to you, which for a lot of truck buyers it's not, this interior and everything is totally adequate. This truck is great. It's got a lot of power. The 8-speed automatic is pretty smooth. 0 to 60 on this truck, even with the 5.3, is under 7 seconds. So it's very quick. And fuel economy is respectable for the performance you get out of something like this. Well, all right, guys, if you have any questions, please, as always, leave a comment in the section below. Leave the video a like if you liked it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.